you have for her?
Get a new one.
Before we can get into this, I need to get into the story of how we met, okay?
Yeah, she thinking real big, y'all. She thinking big.
Here's it. Because this is what we always talk about, doing something bigger than ourselves.
Yes.
And here we are doing it. What I'm going to go to our silent business partner, ChatGPT, and ask them, okay? Thought in my head came like, everything ain't for digital consumption.
Yeah.
But some things, okay? But I say, don't complain about having too much on your plate if the goal was to eat.
No. Wait, say that again.
This is how we pay our bills. If they know you on social media, then they know you in real life, and that's so far from the truth. I'm gonna get blocked. Hi, I'm Joy Graham.
And I'm Amber Miller.
And we are the Content Bag Podcast. So excited to have you here. We're season 2 energy. We're coming with the new energy. Now, season 1, I was by myself, okay? I was in my room. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start a podcast, literally. I did have about 10 episodes and 2 guests, but I said, season 2, I'm gonna bring a new energy, a new feeling, and I'm like, what better than to bring my Bag Besties, okay? Because before we get into content, because you know on the Content Bag, our journey is to empower 10,000 creators under 10,000 followers to monetize their social media. But before we can get into this, I need to get into the story of how we met, okay?
Yes.
So, one thing about it, before we even start, this is an open and honest podcast. This is a safe space, okay? So, we don't really care about getting canceled because 9 times out of 10 is the truth. So, where do you want to start?
When we first met.
Okay, so actually, when we was on a podcast, when we was preparing, she actually told me like a memory of when we actually first met, and I'm like, I felt so bad. I'm just like, I don't remember that. But I'm like, and then you're my Bible bestie, and I don't remember the first time we actually met was on a Bible study call in 2020. But it's okay, because in 2020, like, I really didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if, the world was going to even continue. So, like, hold that to my head and not my heart. So,
absolutely.
We met on a Bible study, and then we reconnected again probably in 2022. Now, I'm not going to lie, this night I was a little lit or whatever, and me and Amber, we met through a mutual friend.
Yes.
And the mutual friend, like, she FaceTimed her, and I was like, okay, I always see Amber. Like, I literally just said, I'm like, I see Amber on her stuff. I'm like, Amber is on her stuff. Like, she was on her business, her photo shoots, like, everything. And I'm just like, we need to network and everything. So we did. And on the FaceTime call, actually, I was lit. But then Amber, like, she complimented me. She was just like, even when you lit, like, I was listing off, I had my body care. Yeah, I had my body care business at the time. And I'm listing my products, what they do. So, like, I really am thankful to God that I met someone that even like entrepreneurship is always on their mind. So I am just so thankful for that. And I'm like, season 2, I need to bring her in. And yes,
I'm so grateful that you did.
Me too. We've been planning this for a month, and to have us here because this is what we always talk about, doing something bigger than ourselves.
Yes.
And here we are doing it.
Absolutely.
So, and this is a friend that I can go to Bible study with. She don't go to the club.
No.
She don't go to the club. She don't drink. She don't do none of that and stuff. But she loves a lit time. Both of us love Afro beats. Yes. So like she's a lit and fun spirit. Like, we can go to church, not the club. We can go to a restaurant, out to eat. We can go on a nature walk. We can meditate. We can do whatever. Like, I don't know if I do believe in it. Okay, have one friend for one thing.
I would say yes.
You do?
Yeah, I actually do.
I don't know, like, in a perfect world, your friends can,
do everything.
Be in your life for different things, but like, I know that people are in your life for a season, a reason, but I'm just like, wow, I found a friend that can do
everything except to go to the club, though.
Period. If you're anything like us, you're in your content and skincare bag, building a brand, maximizing your days, filming. Your under eyes probably need a little extra love. That's where the Topicals faded eye patches come in. We love to use them before shoots, during edits, and even while we record.
Check out our affiliate link in our description to shop and get into your skincare bag, because skincare is self-care.
So, our next segment is called Bag Charms, okay? We're going to be dropping gems. This is a Content Bag podcast, so we have to do, give y'all some charms to keep. So, my bag charm, this is what's been really helping me. I see a lot of times people are always saying, post your content. Oh my God.
But
it's okay, because guess what? I was posting. I was saying, post your content. Post your
I was
content. And then I go to people's page. I'm like, okay, y'all posted the content that y'all posting is about posting your content. It's not even strategy. You're saying, oh, why don't I have 1,000 followers? Da da da. I don't know. We can get into a whole conversation about.
No, seriously.
You know, do people want to be
all day? Do
people want to be content creators, or do they just want to do content? I don't know. Look, but here, this podcast, we get to the bag. Okay. So my bag charm is using your analytics to start a Spanish channel. Okay? So I did this because a lot of times we think like, okay, we're American content creators. I know it's like a diaspora war going on, whatever, but we're African American content creators, and we kind of infer like, okay, yeah, only African American women like tune into us, but that's not true. If you go on your YouTube page, your Instagram page, your TikTok page, you will see who views your content. Now, I first got exposed to this like when I was first doing YouTube, and I was like, okay, like it's so cool that like women from the Caribbean, like they mess with my content.
Yeah, there's people from China, India that be watching my YouTube.
And I'll be like,
oh, so y'all mess with me for real?
Like, and it's crazy because it's like the impact you can have globally. Because a lot of people be like, oh, you need to move to LA or whatever, but I always say, baby, LA is this phone.
Oh.
LA is this phone. LA is this phone right here. Okay? It's people who have moved to LA and they're trying to find work and stuff. It's people who are established content creators, actors, artists, all of those things. They're trying to get on the content creator wave. So I'm like, don't wait to have to move out your city, because we're gonna get into that later about actually growing in your city. Okay, just as a preface, we're both born and raised in Chicago.
Chi-town.
But this is how you use your analytics. Okay, so you're gonna go to your prospective page. I'll use YouTube for example.
Yes.
You're gonna download YouTube Studio. If you're not a YouTuber and you don't have YouTube Studio,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Okay,
what are you doing?
I know numbers don't matter, but when you're talking about getting to the bag, it does. Okay, so you're gonna go on YouTube Studio, you're gonna download it. It's not just good for analytics, it really keeps in perspective, like it keeps you updated on like how you can grow your channel. So you're gonna go on YouTube Studio, and then you're gonna press analytics. It tells you not only where the people are from, it tells you their age,
it tells you what time they're watching,
how long, like when did you lose viewership, everything.
Yes.
If you're really questioning like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have to get our feelings like and just look at the numbers. So, like I said earlier, women from the Caribbean, like they mess with my channel, but also people in Spanish-speaking countries. So this is how you're really gonna reach out to that audience. People don't know as well, content in other languages go crazy. So what if you provide the same information, but then you look at your analytics and then you put it in another language? Now, but
she thinking real big, y'all. She thinking big.
Another thing though, I have a lot of pages. How many Instagram pages do you have?
Well, I have 2 personal ones, and I have my clothing brand, and then I have my makeup. So I have 4.
Okay, so I have my Dream of Joy page. That's like my personal page. The content bag page, and then I have a yapping channel. Like everything that I feel like I'm gonna get canceled for the most part, like I'll put on my yapping channel. I think it only has like 50 followers. And then I have one for my upcoming clothing brand that I'm still working for. So about
girl, wait a minute.
No, Dream of Joy, the content bag, Latach, Normal Hobbies is my yapping page. That's 4. Okay, so 4 pages is a lot, but if you do
4 pages,
right? So I'm like, I could do 5. And it's nothing. All you have to do is take your content, save it to your phone, and then you're gonna go ahead and put in Spanish-speaking captions, upload it, and basically mirror that for all of your uploads.
Yeah.
And there you go. You have a Spanish-speaking channel. Now, make sure you're checking your analytics, because if you don't check your analytics, you may be going to an audience that you don't necessarily, have, stock in. So, what's your bag charm? Because before I just say this, she gives me bag charms all the time. And like I said, this is my Bible bestie, this is my business bestie, and all of our FaceTimes is literally a podcast already.
No.
Okay, it's already a podcast already. And another reason why we started this podcast is because we wanted to offer that to you. A community of women of all shades and all sizes, all, walks of life that is getting to the content bag. Because it's so hard to find someone who's really tapped in. Like, for the past month, like, we've been eating, sleeping, and breathing this podcast.
Yeah.
And I know y'all out there, so we're so excited to build this platform. So what are some of your bag charms, Amber?
Well, when I started my business, I had little to no knowledge at all. But going on YouTube, girl, I learned everything.
I know that's right. So what are some of the things like in particular you learned? Because I have a degree in YouTube University as well. Okay. One thing about it, the information, I don't know. I just personally believe like the information is there. You just have to look for it.
Yeah.
So wait, okay. What do you think of gatekeeping?
Gatekeeping?
Like people be like, oh, why didn't this person say this? But I'm like, I see both sides because I feel like you can find it on the internet in 2025.
I mean, I feel like sharing information, like, it's not that deep for real. I feel like y'all should, like, because do you remember on TikTok, I'm gonna just use this scenario, but you remember on TikTok, this girl, she had like a really pretty font, and she didn't want to tell anybody, and it's like somebody ended up figuring it out. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like you should share the information. Like,
I definitely see both sides. But me, one thing about it, I don't never care if someone try to gatekeep, because when I'm gonna go to our silent business partner, ChatGPT, and ask them. Okay, I don't like. If I see both sides, because some people be like, oh, where did you get that white shirt? And then some people be like, oh yeah, you're supposed to find this super niche restaurant. Like, I see both sides.
Yeah.
But what is something you learned in particular on YouTube though?
I would say operating Shopify, of course, and pretty much like just learning how to do a clothing brand for real, because I had literally no knowledge, like even operating Canva, like pretty much all of the like apps on Shopify for real. But yeah,
Shopify, when I had my body care business, I low-key didn't use Shopify. It was giving DM to order, but now I'm learning more, and I'm learning that Shopify actually has business credit for entrepreneurs. Okay,
yeah.
Don't ever play with Miss Shopify when it comes to the platforms. Okay, we're definitely going to be giving y'all more information on that, but definitely a lot of entrepreneurs that say like, okay, I don't want to do it out of pocket. Shopify is empowering business entrepreneurs to actually get money from it. You gotta pay it back though. That's why they're not doing the Afterpay and Klarna, because y'all not paying them back. Don't play with Shopify. So play with them. For our next segment, we will be doing a game we like to call engagement. Okay, because you gotta think like, don't let it go over your head. The engagement, because we're either gonna be liking a topic, disliking a topic, and we're gonna give a little comment on it, like you do engaging. So for our first one, I saw a girl, she said, okay, she was a content creator, she was actually from Chicago, and she said, y'all be doing, she verbatim said, y'all be doing too much when y'all go out to regular dinners and do professional pictures, like have an actual cameraman. So if you going out to dinner, like we're going out to dinner after this, okay, right?
Don't it look like it?
That's right, I know that's right. So you're gonna like that.
For sure.
I like it. Now, only thing I dislike about just people with professional cameramans is like, we get like you're the main character, but it's like, you know, do we have to have like 50 flashes during dinner? Like, I don't know. I think it's important to be like a little mindful.
I wouldn't say like take pictures during dinner, but at like before, after dinner.
They be doing it before. In Black Truck, they be doing it during, they be doing it after, like all the time.
If you don't have pictures, did it really happen for real?
I feel like that's something I struggle with too, because I'm just like, okay, I want to make sure I'm posting my content, getting my content, but like being in the moment is so important, because literally,
yeah, absolutely.
Because before we did our podcast, I actually went to the beach and like I sent out a prayer and everything, but then I came back, I texted everyone like, I wish that I filmed that, but then a thought in my head came like, everything ain't for digital consumption.
Yeah.
What Jill Scott, she's like, everything is meant for you to understand, but everything is not for digital consumption, and it's important about like having this time. So we're definitely gonna like that.
Yeah.
So
take them pictures, girl. Take them pictures.
Very much so.
People are literally changing their lives from pictures and videos.
Pictures and videos.
Let's be for real. It's 2025. Take that picture.
Literally. So I know we spoke about having multiple pages on the last segment, but there's a lady, her name is Peach McIntyre, and she posts 50 times a day.
Oh, the lady on TikTok?
Yeah, she's from Florida.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she posts 50 times a day. I don't know if she posts 50 times a day every day, but another one, I was thinking of Country Wayne. He's a comedian and he posts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he posts 25 times a day on mainly TikTok. But for me, like, okay, what do you think of that? 25 to 50 times, like, What, like,
I struggle posting one time a day.
okay.
One time. Like last month I challenged myself to do 30 days twice. Posting twice on every platform, and I was having a hard time doing that. You know what I'm saying? So 50.
I never tried to do 50. Never tried to do 25, but I think I did try to do about 10. But for me,
10.
yes. But see, okay, it gives the content bag. It gives, we're talking about, you know, monetizing yourself, all of those social media topics. But on my page too, I like to talk about social awareness things. So I feel like low-key, people who talk about any type of social awareness topic, they get like shadow banned and all of those things. So when I had tried to post 10 times, it kept on saying video under review, video under review.
Oh,
so I don't think that TikTok, or maybe I'm manifesting something bad, but I'm like, I don't think TikTok will let me post 50 times. I'm not seeing it.
But 50 times a day.
So 50 times a day.
That means you got your phone.
No,
I'm in the bathroom right now, y'all.
Absolutely
Like,
not. I'm giving it a thumbs down.
That's thumbs down for sure. Like, no.
So you say no, even if TikTok lets you post and everything, just post it 50 times a day.
Bruh, I would have to have so much free time because you have to edit.
You have to have it planned out as well.
You gotta plan it, edit it. Bruh, no.
I don't know. I just don't want to be perceived 50 times in 50 days. I don't know. So we're thumbsing that down. Okay.
I'm cool with 10. I see 10.
I'll do it if I'm like, okay. Y'all may not know, but in December, what is it? Christmas, but it's also Christmas is my birthday, and I literally say like, I'm on my grind. Literally in December, we'll be hosting an event. So December, okay, stay tuned for that. Okay, if you're in the Chicago area and want to support us, but December is the time I'm like, okay, it's my birthday. I'm coming into a new age. I need to be on my grind. So yes, in December, I will post 10 times. I may even post 15 times. Cause look, just
it depends on how hungry you is.
Yeah, because hungry, and I always say this. Hungry, never thirsty. Like, I always say that.
Ooh,
I always say that. Hungry, never thirsty.
I love that.
Because thirsty, like, when you're what happens when you're thirsty? When you're thirsty, you're dehydrated. And you can't.
Desperate.
You're desperate. You're so desperate that need is so deep in you. You get delusional. You get, what is the word? Like, delirious. Delirious. But no, we're hungry. Hungry, you can feel that. Hungry, it's like, it's deep in your stomach. You know you gotta feed yourself. So we're trying to eat up here, okay? And another one is, what I say, don't complain about having too much on your plate if the goal was to eat.
No.
Wait,
say that again.
Don't complain too much about having too much on your plate if the goal was to eat.
If the goal was to eat,
don't worry about the weight of the plate. We'll start rapping.
Get the
We will, okay. We will start rapping. Okay. So, the last one. I'm passionate about this topic. I'm so passionate about this topic. This is a Chicago-based podcast, period. Literally, as I was looking for outfits to wear, it was stuff that's in California, New York, New Jersey, Calabasas, all this. I said, I'm trying to come different for the season 2. I'm so intentional about what I do. I don't want to be repping no other city except Chicago, because this is a Chicago-based podcast. So this topic is growing in your city, and it's prompted by a lot of people when they're trying to get on or whatever. They not even trying to get on, because I remember I had a childhood friend. She moved to LA with her family or whatever, and she was giving me the reasoning. She just said, yeah, everybody in Chicago just be on the same stuff. Like, my mom moved me and my sister and brother, out or whatever, and this was in like 2016. So do you feel like, I'll say, as a content creator, maybe even as an artist, like, do you feel like you can grow in your city, particularly Chicago?
I would say yes. It's so much talent in this city, and if you truly lock in, which I did, I locked in with you, and you born and raised in Chicago, like, I feel like you can, like, you truly can. You just gotta find your people. You gotta find your village,
and you gotta be like, you have to just be very dedicated, because literally, like, I feel like I'm just getting more into the Chicago scene, and I feel like it's a lot of just, I don't know, like, just not everybody is serious per se, because it's like, I don't know, I saw there was like the infrastructure in Chicago isn't here. I feel like in LA and like in New York, like, that's built on the creative field, so it's more studios, it's more people trying to help you with things like that. But Chicago, like, low key, I feel like if you want to build something, You can link up with people who are building things, yes, but it's like you gotta build your own wave too.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. So I definitely like the idea of growing in your city, and I always say, I don't care if I live in Romania. Like by the end of my life, I'm always gonna have a house in Chicago.
Yes.
It's just something about Chicago. It's just like, I feel like it's just lightning in the bottle because it's so many different people here, and my people, they migrated from the south. So Chicago's very southern, but it has that city charm, that city fast pace. So it's a perfect thing, and I feel like it's a lot of influx of content creators and things moving to Chicago. So I want to be here to build that as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm definitely a fan of growing in your city. But we can talk about, a lot of times it is a little difficult to grow in your city too.
It is.
Because a lot of times, again, Chicago is definitely coming up. But going back to what my friend said, my childhood friend, a lot of times in Chicago, it is a lot of people who just like, don't necessarily want to grow.
Yeah, so stagnant.
It's like
too comfortable, like.
And it's like you want to, just build your network. But I have a friend, like, she lives in LA, and she just like, in LA, like, people are always like less network. Like if you mention like you're in the creative field at all, like they're gonna link with you, they're gonna build something. It's just like, it's that mindset. But in Chicago, I feel like the mindset is really on surviving and not thriving. Even though you go to LA and you don't have a lot of money, things like that, you are surviving, but it's like, it's not a thriving mindset.
Yeah.
Because I went to LA and it's like, I don't know, like, when you went to LA, did you have like a
Ooh, girl, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Okay.
I went to LA the first time, y'all. Lost my phone literally at the airport.
She did say she had a bad experience.
Like, and this was my first time traveling at that.
LA definitely has an energy to me, but I low-key felt like when I was in LA, I felt a very abundant energy. It was like, I don't know, I'm always just like checking out the energy of the places I go, and it was a very heavy but abundant energy, and I can see how people really get things done there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you're around people who getting things done, so you ain't got no choice but to like other people.
No, for real.
So do you like or dislike growing in your city?
Definitely like.
Like. So this next segment, okay, a lot of y'all can relate to this because a lot of y'all men understand. We actually had someone slide up on our story, and they basically said that they're pursuing a career in content creation. They're tired of watching from the sidelines, but they have a man and he does not want them to pursue content whatsoever. So she said, like, okay, how do you navigate that? So what advice do you have for her?
Get a new one.
Get a new one. I say,
you're literally hustling and he telling you he don't want you to hustle. What? Are you okay?
That's diabolical. I feel like, for me, I'm such an empath, so I be trying to know, like, okay, why do you feel like that? Because I'm just like, okay,
he's insecure, girl.
He's insecure, but like in real life,
a new one.
In real life, like, okay, what would the conversation be? If he like gave like a reason and I'm like, okay, I don't want people in your business.
But what would be the reason?
Maybe like he's like, okay, I don't want people in your business. Like, I just feel like people, because for me, like, I've had a situation like when I was away at school, whatever, like this guy, I had a Snapchat or whatever, and he literally was like, he showed me my Snapchat and everything, and I'm sitting here eating my food in the freaking dining hall or whatever. So I'm just like, this happened in freaking middle of nowhere, Illinois. So like someone who lives in the city and they actually are, maybe get, big on social media or whatever, like, it's a lot of evil eye. It's a lot of, monitoring spirits.
Yeah.
So
does that connect with, can you grow in your city?
Yeah. And not even in your city, just like people can like notice you from anywhere. And it's just like people really can feel that if they know you on social media, then they know you in real life, and that's so far from the truth. Because even my social media is just like I've had close friends, like they're still finding out like my lore. And like I've had these friends for like 15 years and they're still finding out like pivotal things about me. So it's insane to think that you know someone from social media. So if she was sitting right here, she's already had a conversation. Because if you reach out to somebody like us, even though we love y'all,
right?
Maybe we trying to find you a solution. So what would you say?
You talking about the girl that asked
the girl, yeah, our bag friend.
I would hold her hand real tight,
okay,
and tell her to get a new man. Period. It's that simple.
Or not even get a new man. Focus on yourself and your content.
Ooh, yes.
Focus on yourself and your content. Because a lot of times, like, she may be someone who's really trapped up in people's opinions and things like that. But as a content creator, you want to care about what you're putting out. You want to put out quality things.
Absolutely.
But you have, for me, like, I tap into, like, I always tell Amber this. I be like, whenever I'm having anxiety and stuff, I just tap into myself that, like, don't care.
Period. Yeah.
Because I have social anxiety, I have all of the isms, all of those things. I have to be like, I'm just tapping into myself that just does not care.
Yeah.
So you can, for me, if she was in here, I would say either, you know, put your content into a box and tell him like, okay, this is my content. But if not, like, you have to just focus on your content. What's bigger for you in your life, your relationship or your impact on the world? And we're not judging you if it's either, because we know how like this. So that's
she not. I.
I'm trying to like hear people. I don't want to, but it's just like, it's kind of like, is he on some like
controlling?
Cause like, no, if he like, you told him you do content, like maybe he thinks like you showing your coochie or something. Like I don't know what he think it is or whatever, or like, but you whole time like you doing get ready with these and stuff,
right?
Like, or he have a negative perception of like girls who do content or whatever, because they think like, oh, if you're on Instagram, like you're doing other stuff. Like that's sometimes what people be thinking.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. But I would just say, focus on you and don't ever live your life for anyone else, especially if it's not your child. And also your blessing may be next to you being a content creator and you being visible to people. Mm-hmm. And if you're in such a box and you're trying to just sustain your relationship and you're already questioning like, okay, what's more important, my relationship or content? You're already in a pitfall of perception. So I would say, number one, don't just listen to us though. Talk to God about it.
Ooh,
talk to God. That's the first one. Talk to God about it, because He will guide you, and you may talk to Him and have to talk to Him again and again and again, because a lot of times, like I said, they be like, post your content, do this method, but you can't necessarily chase the method, because you have to know that the method is you. The method is you, and it's about being authentic. I'm ranting. The person who slid it, they're probably like, okay, I'm gonna not leave my man. I'm gonna leave my man, but it's okay. But still, be authentic and be you, and just think of yourself like, okay, what will myself in 10 years benefit most from? That's how I think of it. Okay. So again, when you're pursuing content, you have to just come to a space of like, you don't care. Absolutely. You don't care. Because I also said to myself this. I said, okay, whenever I'm like, okay, what if this person see? What if that person see? I say this. I look at the people who is paying my bills.
Oh, okay.
If you're not on that list, I'm not caring, unfortunately. Like, I'm not caring, because this is how we pay our bills. Period.
And I feel like if you don't have any haters, you're not popping.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
And that's that. But not even haters. It's just like a lot of times, you know, people will feel like if they have any type of proximity to you, they are able to like dictate your life. Or like, oh, why do you post that? This, that, and the third. And it's like,
you just gotta let that roll off your back.
Right. And then but one thing about me, if you pop up in that suggested tab, and I don't know how your body moving, you finna get blocked. You're gonna be like, you're going to get blocked. Okay. That was a comment from our bag friend, and thank y'all so much for watching. I love this episode.
Yeah.
Okay, we got into some things. We definitely got into some things. Okay. Make sure if you want to become a bag friend too, and just as a refresher, a bag friend is someone who you can go to the club with, the church with. Okay, and also do content with.
And entrepreneurship.
Everything in between. Do you feel like if you're a businesswoman or that does content, like you're a content creator, you're a businesswoman automatically, or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, absolutely, because you're branding yourself.
Okay, period. Because you're your own business.
Yeah.
Okay? Make sure that y'all tune into our next episode. But in the meantime, make sure you follow us at the Content Bag Podcast, and make sure you follow Amber.
Oh, Life of a Millie.
And make sure you follow me, Joy, Dream of Joy. And make sure you subscribe. Thank y'all so much for watching. Stay tuned for episode 2.